An unimaginable murder of a 5-year-old and the suspect is the boy's father, leaving the Knox County legal system pushing for a long lockup. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Mechell Dixon. Tom McClanahan has the night off. The Knox County Prosecutor's Office has upped the charges against 53-year-old Robert Baldwin. Now, he's the Vincent's father who called 911. Now, on that call, police say Baldwin confessed to killing his 5-year-old son. Well, today, Sadie All returned to the home on Bayou Street. She joins us now with our top story. Sadie? Thanks, Sadie, for that report. Now, you can donate at GoFundMe.com and search for Gabriel Baldwin to help with funeral expenses. Now, so far, nearly $2,000 has been pledged toward a $20,000 goal. Well, police continue to search for a suspect in Wednesday's shooting in North Terre Haute. Now, that shooting happened yesterday morning in the 1600 block on 7th Avenue. Emergency crews transported 2 men to the hospital with apparent gunshot wounds. Police continue to review surveillance footage from the area, hoping to get a description of the getaway vehicle. The victims' names are not being released at this time. The Vigo County Sheriff's Office is investigating an incident in which a child was allegedly burned in West Terre Haute. Now, the incident was reported very early Sunday morning at a West Terre Haute home on South St. Clair Place. This weekend, a woman posted on Facebook claiming that 2 males set her 8-year-old grandson on fire. Now, the woman also accused them of dousing the boy with beer. When we reached out to the Vigo County Sheriff's Department, it released the incident report. Now, it does, however, list 2 21-year-old males as suspects, but police did not release their names. Now, more than 20 twisters tore through central Indiana this afternoon, leveling businesses, wiping out homes, and leaving victims shocked and confused, but alive.
Oh, my God.
This tornado shocked a driver Wednesday on State Road 931 in Kokomo, but it churned its way into the city and created even more chaos.
Oh my God, Starbucks just got blown over. There's people in there.
After the tornado passed through, emergency crews quickly arrived on scene.
It's Kokomo firefighters just now breaking in this door at the back of this Starbucks. We're not sure if there might still be customers or employees who were inside.
The people inside made it out, along with residents who narrowly escaped their homes.
I looked out the window, seen a funnel cloud coming, so we went and got in the hallway and took cover. And ceiling fell on us, and it was over.
Despite all the damage, no deaths were reported.
All updates tell us there were no serious injuries and just a lot of property damage and tree damage.
Thank you so much, Lieutenant Governor Dan.
Governor Mike Pence was campaigning in North Carolina when the tornadoes touched down and headed back to the Hoosier State.
And we're going to be home so long as it takes for us to make sure that these communities have the resources and the support that they need to put themselves back together after these very violent storms.
Now, the Kokomo tornado left a whole lot of damage, as you saw there. So, Jesse, any idea how severe that tornado was? 2 days ago, a hit-and-run suspect injured 2 motorcyclists in Terre Haute. And tonight, he's still on the run. But could his identity help investigators get him off the streets and into a jail cell? Well, that's what officials are counting on in tonight's top story. The Vigo County Sheriff's Office is identifying the suspect as 40-year-old Dale Robert Oakes. On Wednesday, officials say the Terre Haute man crashed into 2 motorcyclists and fled the scene. Now, just before the crash, investigators believe he shoplifted from the South Side Walmart and hit 2 motorcyclists while trying to make his getaway. Sheriff Greg Ewing says Oakes has been reported as a repeat thief at Walmart and was arrested several times, but none of them led to a conviction. Now, overall, officials say he's been booked in the Vigo County Jail 40 times since 2005. Now, Oakes is currently wanted on multiple counts, including 2 felonies. So if you have any information on the whereabouts of Dale Robert Oakes, call your local authorities. Crawford Street is definitely clear right now, but just over an hour ago, it was literally teeming with lots, and I do mean lots of police. Police with tactical gear, guns drawn, all kinds of things, as well as onlookers, because it brought a lot of people out of their houses, and they were like scoped around just staring. staring, trying to see what was going on. Now, the reason police were out here was because of a woman who lived in a house that's right over my shoulder. It's the white house with the pink shutters. Police say that woman had a man inside the house who would not let her leave. And that woman, she was able to make it out shortly, about an hour ago. It was about 10 till 4 this afternoon. She was able to get out of that house, and that's when the whole situation ended. But the man was not inside the house. So police did go in. They didn't find him. They started wrapping up things. He is on the loose, so they need your help. He has been identified as Ryan Hughley. And they say if you have any information about this man and his whereabouts, please call Terre Haute Police. How would you like the chance to support local law enforcement while raising money for a good cause? Well, you can do both during Tip-A-Cup. The event is this Wednesday, October 18th. It will be at Texas Roadhouse in Terre Haute from 4 to 8 p.m. During the event, the Vigo County Sheriff's Office, Indiana State University Police, and other local law enforcement agencies will be volunteering. They'll also be donating 100% of their tips to Special Olympics Indiana. Very good cause.
Good food, good cause. Good weather. Eh?
They say big things come in small packages. Well, a woman in Brazil has brought that saying to life. You see, Lee Pritchard turned a wooden box into a blessing for those in need, and she's doing it because faith matters. Grace Chapel in Brazil has a blessing for anyone in need, literally. It's called the Blessing Box, and it was started by church member Lee Pritchard. She saw one on Pinterest in June. 2 months later, her husband built one, put it in the church parking lot, and the blessings began.
Just with that one little leap of just placing one box at our church and thinking that's all we were going to do, it's grown.
There are 3 blessing boxes in Brazil. Pritchard fills them with non-perishable foods, household necessities, and toys for little tots. But she's not the only one. Jesse Giesking says he frequently helps fill this box for those in need.
These blessing boxes, they're really good because they can actually come over here and say, hey, I can actually eat today.
Across on top of the box and the message, take what you need, bring what you can, and above all, be blessed, sums up its purpose. And it's all because one woman took a leap of faith and turned a box into a blessing for those who receive and for those who give. 3 blessing boxes are in Brazil, but Pritchard says a dozen boxes are actually in the works now. Now, they'll go in Brazil, Clay City, and Terre Haute. Now, if you'd like more information on the blessing boxes, we'll have a link in just a bit in this story on mywabashvalley.com. Call 911 because these guys are on fire. Now, first responders in Gainesville and Sarasota, Florida are getting a lot of attention online, and it's not because they're saving lives. Pictures they posted during a cleanup for Hurricane Irma, well, they're getting flooded with attention and comments from women who are calling them hunky. And now these guys are gearing up for even more attention. They're planning to put out a calendar with all proceeds going toward Hurricane Irma relief efforts. Okay, that's a kicker that I love.
Figured you'd like that.